God is grieved because you have passed by his voice recently. But do not pass him by this time. Something serious is forming ahead. And you need to listen to God now. I am speaking to you in this very moment because you have been drifting. And you cannot treat this as another ordinary message to scroll past. If these words are touching your heart, come on, amen. I am disappointed. Not because I despise you, but because I love you, and I have watched you slowly closing the door on the one who has been protecting you. A fearful season is beginning to form around your life. And if you keep ignoring my voice, you may step into it without the covering I have already prepared for you. Do not skip these words, because what you hear now can protect your life, restore your peace, and release covering you did not even realize you needed. You have been busy, distracted, worn down, and little by little, you have pushed me to the side. I watched you give your attention to other voices before mine, and I felt the distance growing between us. My disappointment is not the kind of anger that destroys. It is sorrow that longs to pull you back before you go too far. I see what is coming, and it is not meant to destroy you, but it will shake everything unstable around you. If you continue skipping time with me, you may feel alone when the shaking begins. And that is not what I desire for you. There is a real shift approaching, and it will reveal what is strong and what is weak in your life. The frightening event ahead is not random disorder. It is a moment that will test your trust and expose the condition of your foundation. I have been calling you back because I want you anchored before it arrives. I want you steady when others panic and peaceful, when others begin to fall apart. You must understand that listening to me now will change the way you experience what is coming. I am asking you to pause and give me your full attention, because what I am speaking is meant to preserve your life. If you feel my presence reaching for you, take a moment to like this video as a simple sign of agreement that you will not ignore me again. I am not asking for performance. I am not demanding perfection. I am asking for your heart to turn back toward me. The reason my voice is urgent is because timing matters more than you understand. When I warn you, it is because I can see far beyond what your eyes can see. You have mistaken my silence for absence. And that misunderstanding has caused you to neglect the relationship that keeps you covered. I never left you. Even when you skipped your prayers and rushed through your days, I remained near, watching over you, even when you barely acknowledged me. But protection becomes stronger when you stay close to me. The frightening event will not overcome you if you are rooted in my presence. I am calling you back into daily connection, into quiet moments where you allow my words to settle deeply into your heart. You think you are fine without consistent time with me, but you cannot see the unseen battles surrounding you. I fight for you in ways you do not yet understand. When you drift, your awareness of my guidance becomes weaker. When you listen, your discernment becomes sharper, and you walk with greater clarity. The disappointment I feel is like that of a loving father who sees his child wandering close to danger. I am not condemning you. I am correcting your direction. You have allowed distractions to take first place, and that choice has slowly dulled your spiritual senses. The event that is coming will require spiritual strength, not casual faith. I want you prepared, not caught by surprise. You are chosen, and that is why I am speaking to you with such firmness. I do not warn everyone in this way, because not everyone carries the calling that rests upon your life. The shaking ahead will reveal who truly trusts me and who only spoke of me when it was convenient. I want you to be among those who remain unshaken. That is why I am urging you to listen carefully and respond quickly. The fear you sometimes feel is not meant to rule over you. It is meant to alert you that something needs your attention. And right now, what needs your attention is your relationship with me. If you sense that this is true, come on. I am not threatening you with disaster. I am revealing that ignoring me leaves you exposed. When you return to me fully, I surround you with wisdom and protection that no storm can destroy. I see the stress you carry and the silent worries you do not speak to anyone. The coming event will press on those hidden fears. And if you are spiritually weak, it will feel overwhelming. But if you rebuild your closeness with me, the same event will become a testimony instead of a tragedy. I can turn what looks frightening into a doorway for growth. The difference will be whether you choose to stay connected or continue skipping time with me. I am ready to forgive the distance and restore the closeness instantly. There is no long process required to return to my heart. All I need is your decision to stop skipping and start seeking. The moment you turn toward me sincerely, I begin strengthening you for what lies ahead. I am your shield, your refuge, and your provider in uncertain times. The event I spoke about will shake areas of your life that you assumed were secure. It will touch relationships, plans, and expectations that you quietly relied on. You will see reactions from people that surprise you, and you will feel pressure you did not anticipate. If you are distant from me, that pressure will feel unbearable. If you are close to me, it will feel like a storm you are safely sheltered from. You have been telling yourself that you will reconnect with me later. You assumed there would always be more time to pray deeply, to listen carefully, to realign your heart. But spiritual delay often leads to emotional regret. I am calling you now because now is when your strength must be rebuilt. Later may feel too heavy if you ignore this moment. I want you to understand something clearly. The scary event is not sent to destroy you, but it will expose what you have neglected. It will reveal whether your confidence is in me or in temporary stability. I allow certain shakings because they refine your faith. Yet refinement without preparation feels like punishment, and I do not want you mistaking growth for abandonment. Why are neuroscientists obsessed with a 9-word sentence? Because this sentence, spoken once a day, is turning financial stress into sudden blessings. More than 19,000 people have already used it to erase debt and unlock a life of wealth, freedom, and peace. The results are so powerful. Some believe it's divine. If you're seeing this, you're lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it's deleted forever. When the pressure increases, your first instinct must be to run toward me, not away from me. That instinct is built through daily connection. If you only seek me in emergencies, your trust will feel weak when tested. I am inviting you into consistency, not crisis-driven devotion. The strength you build now will determine how you stand later. You are not as far from me as you think. Even when you skipped prayer and silenced conviction, I remained near. I protected you from things you never saw. I blocked dangers that could have reached you. But protection deepens when partnership grows. The event ahead will involve decisions that require discernment. Voices will rise around you, offering advice, pressure, and even fear. If you are spiritually distant, you may struggle to know which direction is safe. When you walk closely with me, my peace will guide you clearly. I speak in calm assurance, not panic. You may already feel hints of this approaching shift. Perhaps tension has been building quietly. Perhaps you sense something changing in your environment. That awareness is not coincidence. It is my gentle nudge, preparing you before the full weight of it arrives. I am not disappointed because you failed once or twice. I am disappointed because you knew better and still chose distraction. You understood the importance of our time together, yet you let routine replace reverence. That choice has consequences, not because I am cruel, but because distance weakens protection. I want you strong again. If your heart feels convicted right now, comme en 1212, let that declaration be a sign that you are choosing trust over neglect. I see your sincerity when you respond, and I honor genuine humility. Returning to me is not complicated, but it is intentional. It requires you to prioritize me even when other things demand your attention. The scary event will reveal who truly depends on me. Some around you will panic and collapse under the weight of uncertainty. Others will scramble for control and exhaust themselves trying to manage everything alone. I want you different. I want you calm, because you know I am handling what you cannot. There is protection in obedience that you have not fully experienced yet. When you align with my voice daily, I adjust your path subtly. I close doors before you reach them. I redirect conversations that could harm you. I plant wisdom in your thoughts before confusion settles in. The coming shaking will test your emotional resilience. Old fears may try to resurface. Doubts you thought were gone may whisper again. If you are spiritually disconnected, those whispers may sound convincing. When you are grounded in me, those same whispers will lose their power. You must not underestimate how much I desire your safety. My disappointment is rooted in love. I am not counting your mistakes against you. I am counting the ways I can strengthen you before the pressure increases. I want you confident in my presence. There will be a moment when everything feels uncertain. Plans may shift suddenly. News may arrive that unsettles you. In that instant, your reaction will reveal your foundation. If you have rebuilt your closeness with me, peace will rise inside you, even when circumstances shake. You are not meant to face what is coming alone. I designed you to walk with me daily, not occasionally. Skipping time with me slowly trains your heart to rely on yourself. That independence feels strong at first, but it collapses under heavy strain. Dependence on me builds unshakable stability. When you return to consistent connection, you will begin to sense my guidance more clearly. You will notice subtle warnings before wrong decisions. You will feel restraint before speaking harmful words. You will experience calm before stressful conversations. That is my spirit strengthening you. The event ahead may involve someone close to you acting unexpectedly. It may involve financial tension or sudden change. It may involve a shift in your environment that forces quick adaptation. I am not revealing every detail because trust grows through faith. But I am revealing enough so you prepare your heart. Preparation is not fear. Preparation is wisdom. I am asking you to re-establish discipline in prayer, in reflection, in gratitude. These simple practices fortify your inner life. They build resilience you cannot see but will desperately need. If you choose to ignore this again, the disappointment will deepen because you were clearly warned. I do not want you looking back wishing you had listened. I want you looking forward, grateful that you did. That is why I continue speaking firmly. Comment 777 if you are ready to stand strong with me. Let that statement mark a turning point in your heart. You are not powerless in what is coming. You are protected when you stay aligned with me. The shaking will not last forever, but its impact will shape your future. Those who remain rooted will emerge stronger and wiser. Those who remain distant may struggle longer than necessary. I want your path lighter, not heavier. Remember that. My presence is not fragile. I do not withdraw at the first sign of your weakness. I remain faithful even when you falter. But your experience of my protection grows when you actively engage with me. I am inviting you into renewed commitment. Speak to me daily even when you feel tired. Listen to me even when distractions call your name. Choose me first before scrolling, before worrying, before reacting. These small choices build great stability. You are deeply loved, and that love motivates every warning I give. The scary event is not stronger than my power. Nothing approaching you is beyond my control. The only danger is distance from me. The event that approaches will not announce itself with warning signs you easily recognize. It will unfold in a way that feels unexpected, and that surprise will test your stability. If your heart has been inconsistent with me, your emotions may lead you instead of my guidance. Emotional reactions can create decisions that bring regret. I am protecting you from unnecessary regret by calling you back now. I see the patterns you have been repeating. You promise yourself you will pray later. Reflect later. Zeg me later. Later has become your habit, and habit has become distance. Distance has weakened your confidence in my direction. I am not accusing you to shame you, but to awaken you. This banned wealth signal was hidden in a government vault for over 70 years until now. It's a simple 9-word brain trigger used by elites to attract unlimited money while the rest of the world struggles. But the moment too many people see this, it could be deleted. Click the link in the description and comments before it's taken down forever. When the pressure rises, your thoughts will race if you are spiritually unprepared. Anxiety will try to control your responses. Fear will attempt to shape your perspective. But if you rebuild consistency with me, my peace will interrupt those reactions. Peace will steady your breathing and clear your thinking. You may think the scary event only involves external circumstances, but it will also challenge your internal trust. It will ask whether you truly believe I am in control when outcomes seem uncertain. Belief spoken casually is different from belief tested by pressure. I want your faith refined before it is stretched. There are spiritual currents moving beneath the surface of your daily life. You cannot see them with your eyes, but you can sense them in your spirit when you are attentive. Skipping time with me has muted that sensitivity. I am restoring it now because you will need discernment. Discernment protects you from walking into traps disguised as opportunities. You are not forgotten or abandoned. My disappointment is paired with deep desire to restore you. I do not speak sharply to push you away. I speak firmly to draw you closer. I want you positioned correctly before the wave arrives. The coming event will reveal who depends on stability created by circumstances and who depends on stability created by me. Circumstances shift without notice. I remain constant. When your trust is rooted in me, sudden change does not destroy your peace. You must guard your focus carefully. The world around you feeds anxiety quickly. News, opinion, and speculation can create fear before reality even unfolds. If you are spiritually grounded, you will not be swept into unnecessary panic. My presence filters what reaches your heart. I want you to return to simple devotion. Speak to me when you wake. Invite me into your decisions. Reflect on my goodness before you sleep. These practices may seem small, but they anchor your spirit. Anchored hearts do not drift when storms begin. If you sense that this correction is meant for you personally, commence 555. Let that declaration mark your willingness to realign. I honor humility that responds quickly. When you acknowledge your drift, restoration begins immediately. The scary event may involve tension among people you trust. It may reveal hidden motives or unexpected conflict. If you are spiritually distant, you may respond with anger or defensiveness. If you are close to me, you will respond with clarity and controlled strength. Your reaction will determine how deeply the event affects you. I am strengthening your resilience now so that disappointment does not crush you. There may be moments when you feel misunderstood or unsupported. In those moments, you must remember that my support does not waver when others shift. I remain steady. You have been chosen for growth, not comfort alone. Growth often feels uncomfortable at first. It stretches your patience and challenges your habits. The coming event will stretch you, but stretching does not mean breaking. I will not allow you to break if you stay connected. There will be opportunities to compromise your values under pressure. Quick solutions may appear tempting if your spiritual focus is weak. Compromise can begin to look reasonable. But when you are aligned with me, your convictions will remain firm. I will strengthen your resolve as you listen closely. The fear connected to what is coming is not meant to paralyze you. It is meant to prepare you. Preparation produces courage. Courage helps you move through uncertainty with confidence. I am developing that courage within you now. You must also understand that your obedience affects more than just you. When you remain grounded, people around you will notice your calm. Your steadiness will become a quiet testimony. The frightening event ahead will not only test you, it will reveal the work I have been doing inside you. There will be a moment when you recognize that the event has begun to unfold. In that moment, you will remember these words. You will realize that you were warned not to skip me. That realization will either bring comfort or conviction, depending on how you respond now. I do not want you buried under regret. I want you strengthened through preparation. Return to consistency before the pressure becomes heavier. The time to rebuild your foundation is before the storm, not while the storm is raging. Comment 999 if you are choosing to remain alert and connected. Let that commitment settle deep within your spirit. Your willingness to respond changes the atmosphere around you. I honor decisions that are made with sincerity. You may have felt distant because you assumed I was disappointed beyond repair. That assumption is not true. My correction is firm, but my mercy remains constant. I do not remove my love when I correct your behavior. The event ahead will also refine your priorities. You will begin to see clearly what truly matters and what never deserved so much of your energy. Some distractions will fall away naturally. Some relationships will shift because their foundations were shallow. I am not revealing this to fill you with anxiety. I am revealing it to build strength inside you. Strength formed in advance prevents collapse when pressure arrives. I am equipping you for stability. Remember, this fear grows stronger in isolation. When you distance yourself from me, your thoughts echo without guidance. But when you stay connected to me, my truth interrupts destructive thinking. My voice brings balance to your emotions. There is protection in obedience that you have underestimated. Simple acts of trust open unseen doors of security. I quietly adjust circumstances when you align with me. You may never fully know how many dangers were diverted. The shaking ahead will expose weak foundations in many lives. I do not want yours to be one of them. I want you standing firm while others search for something stable. That firmness begins with daily faithfulness. Return now without delay. Do not postpone it another day. Speak honestly with me about the ways you have drifted. Ask me for renewed discipline and clarity. I will respond by strengthening you immediately. You are not facing this season alone. I am your refuge when uncertainty rises. I am your clarity when confusion spreads. I am your peace when fear tries to take control. Can saying only 9 words each day truly make money begin to flow into your life? A leading neuroscientist says yes, and the FBI accidentally confirmed it. This forgotten prayer is now helping ordinary people become debt-free and financially free for life. But this secret will not stay online much longer. Click the link in the description and comments now to access it before it is permanently deleted. Conversations are lining up. Decisions are being made. And circumstances are quietly being rearranged. You are standing at the edge of a moment that will require maturity. That is why I have been firm with you about not skipping me. When you drift away from me, you become more vulnerable to confusion. Confusion clouds your judgment and weakens your courage. The event ahead will require both clarity and courage. I am preparing you so that when pressure comes, you will not collapse beneath doubt. I am building steadiness in you before instability tries to surround you. There are patterns in your life that I have been gently correcting, but you resisted change because it felt inconvenient. You tolerated small compromises and ignored subtle warnings. Those small things become larger when they are tested. I am addressing them now because I refuse to let them become your downfall during the coming shift. The frightening event may not appear dramatic at first. It may begin as a subtle disruption that slowly grows stronger if you are not spiritually alert. You may underestimate its impact. Underestimating it can lead to careless responses. Careless responses can create unnecessary damage. I am not speaking to frighten you into panic. I am speaking to strengthen you into stability. When you walk closely with me, even serious disruption becomes manageable. My presence steadies your emotions and clears your thoughts. That steadiness will become your shield. You must examine your heart honestly. Have you been choosing temporary satisfaction over spiritual discipline? Have you allowed distraction to replace devotion? These questions are not accusations. They are invitations into awareness. Awareness is the first step toward correction. If you feel your heart softening and your focus returning, Comment 222. Let that response reflect your decision to realign. Small acts of agreement matter more than you realize. They mark turning points in your spirit. The coming season will reveal hidden intentions in people around you. Some individuals may respond to pressure with selfishness. Others may reveal loyalty you did not expect. If you remain spiritually distant, you may misinterpret these revelations. When you are grounded in me, you will respond with wisdom rather than emotion. I see the internal battles you rarely admit. Doubt sometimes whispers that you are not strong enough. Fear suggests that you will not handle what is coming. Those whispers grow louder when you skip time with me. When you remain connected, my voice becomes stronger than every whisper. You are not being singled out for suffering. You are being positioned for growth. Growth is often preceded by challenge. Challenge exposes weakness, but also builds resilience. I am strengthening you because I see your potential beyond this season. The event ahead may affect your stability in ways that feel uncomfortable. Financial pressure, relational strain, or unexpected responsibility may arise. I will not leave you unsupported in any of these areas. But your confidence in my support depends on your closeness to me. When you wake each day, I want you mindful of my presence. Invite me into your thoughts before anxiety takes root. Speak gratitude before complaint begins to form. These daily habits will create internal strength. Internal strength will carry you when external pressure increases. I have shielded you from many dangers in the past. You were unaware of how close certain threats came. My hand redirected outcomes you never saw. That same protection continues, but partnership strengthens it when you seek me actively. Your discernment increases. There will be a moment during the coming shift when you feel tempted to react quickly. You may want to defend yourself harshly or make sudden decisions out of fear. If you have rebuilt your connection with me, you will pause instead of reacting. That pause will save you from regret. You must understand that fear is contagious. When others panic, their anxiety can influence your thinking. If you are not spiritually anchored, you may absorb their fear. When you stay close to me, you become a source of calm rather than a participant in panic. Your influence in this season will matter more than you realize. People around you will watch how you respond. Your steadiness will speak louder than your words. The scary event will not only test you, it will reveal the strength I have built within you. Comment 15. If you are choosing to trust my protection through what is coming, let that statement seal your decision to remain attentive. Trust is not passive. It is active alignment. Alignment produces peace even before circumstances change. There may be nights when worry tries to interrupt your rest. Thoughts may circle around worst-case scenarios. If you are distant from me, those thoughts will dominate. If you are close, my peace will quiet them. You are not weak for feeling concern. Concern simply reveals awareness of uncertainty. What matters is where you take that concern. Bring it to me rather than carrying it alone. Shared burdens feel lighter. I want you to rebuild discipline even when you feel spiritually tired. Spiritual fatigue can tempt you to withdraw. Withdraw weakens your resilience. Pressing closer to me restores your strength. The coming event will not last forever. It is a season. Nota permanent state. Seasons shift and pass. But how you walk through this one will influence your future. You may lose certain comforts during this time. You may be asked to adjust plans or expectations. Adjustment is not failure. Adjustment is wisdom in motion. I will guide you through each change if you listen closely. Remember that I am not disappointed to push you away. I am disappointed because I know how powerful you are when you stay connected. You were never meant to face pressure alone. You were designed for partnership with me. The fear of what is coming loses power when you remember who stands beside you. I am not limited by the event approaching. I am greater than any disruption that forms against you. My authority does not weaken under pressure. Stay consistent now. Do not return to neglect once this urgency fades. Let this be a lasting shift in your devotion. Strength built in consistency outlasts temporary emotion. Snorts. Why are 55 countries using the same mysterious money script? Because a leaked research file just exposed a 9-word pattern that activates wealth, attracting pathways in the brain. Repeat it daily and watch money flow like water into your life. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. You are favored even in correction. My warnings are proof of my care. I speak because I refuse to let you stumble without guidance. I protect because I love. Remain alert. Remain grounded. Remain close. When the moment arrives and you see the shaking unfold, you will recognize that you were prepared. You will stand steady, not because the storm is small, but because your foundation is strong. When you skip me, you become reactive instead of responsive. Reaction is driven by emotion. Response is guided by wisdom. The event ahead will test whether you act from fear or from faith. If you remain distant, fear will speak first. I have watched you attempt to manage everything in your own strength. You tell yourself that you are capable and independent. Independence without connection to me becomes isolation under pressure. Isolation magnifies stress and clouds discernment. I never designed you to carry heavy seasons alone. There is a difference between being busy and being spiritually aligned. You have been active, productive, and occupied, yet activity does not equal intimacy with me. Intimacy requires attention, stillness, snorts, and humility. Without intimacy, your spiritual instincts grow dull. The coming shift may involve sudden responsibility that stretches you beyond comfort. It may require decisions that affect more than just you. You will need clarity that comes from quiet time with me. Without that clarity, options may feel overwhelming. If you are choosing right now to quiet distractions and draw closer, comme en 1717, let that commitment rise from sincerity rather than impulse. I honor decisions rooted in humility. The posture of your heart determines the strength of your foundation. You must understand that disappointment does not cancel love. I correct you because I refuse to let you walk blindly. You have been coasting spiritually, assuming that past faithfulness will sustain future trials. Faithfulness must be renewed daily. Yesterday's strength cannot carry tomorrow's pressure alone. The scary event will expose emotional triggers you thought you had overcome. Old wounds may resurface under stress. If you are disconnected from me, those wounds may dictate your reactions. When you stay close, my healing presence will steady you before old pain gains control. There will be moments when others misunderstand your calm. They may question why you are not panicking. They may interpret your steadiness as indifference, but your peace will not come from denial. It will come from confidence that I am guiding you. I am preparing you not only to survive the event, but to grow through it. Growth requires awareness of weakness. Weakness acknowledged becomes strength developed. Weakness ignored becomes vulnerability exposed. That is why I speak so clearly. You have been tempted to numb yourself with distraction instead of facing spiritual discipline. Distraction feels easier in the moment. Discipline feels uncomfortable, but builds resilience. Resilience will matter when the shaking intensifies. The event ahead may cause temporary loss of control in areas you once felt secure. You may need to surrender expectations you quietly held. Surrender is not defeat when it is placed in my hands. Surrender becomes protection. You must guard your words carefully in the days. Under pressure, words can wound deeply. When you remain aligned with me, restraint will guide your speech. A single restrained sentence can prevent long-term damage. I am strengthening your inner world because the outer world will feel uncertain. Inner stability determines outward response. If your inner world is anchored in me, uncertainty will not steal your identity. Your confidence will rest in my presence rather than in circumstances. Comment 1919 if you are choosing to remain anchored no matter what shifts around you. Let that phrase represent your trust in my covering. Anchoring requires daily attention. It is not built in one moment, but maintained through consistency. There may be a point when you feel tired of standing firm. Fatigue is natural in prolonged pressure. That is when skipping me becomes most tempting. But that is also when closeness to me becomes most vital. You must remember that fear often exaggerates outcomes. Under stress, your imagination may paint worst-case scenarios. If you are distant from me, those scenarios may dominate your thinking. When you remain connected, my truth interrupts exaggerated fear. I am not asking you for perfection. I am asking for presence. Come to me honestly even when you feel weak. Honesty strengthens intimacy. Intimacy builds resilience. The disappointment I felt when you drifted was not because you failed once. It was because you ignored gentle nudges repeatedly. I spoke softly before I spoke firmly. Now I am firm because timing matters. The coming season will clarify priorities. Certain distractions will lose their appeal. Certain relationships will reveal their depth. You will see clearly who stands steady and who withdraws under pressure. Do not interpret the shaking as abandonment. Interpret it as refinement. Refinement removes what cannot endure. What remains becomes stronger. You may also notice internal growth during the event. Patience will develop where frustration once ruled. Courage will rise where hesitation once lingered. That growth will be evidence of my work in you. Stay attentive to small corrections. When I prompt you to pause, pause. When I prompt you to speak gently, obey. Small obediences prevent large consequences. The scary event will not define your future unless you allow distance from me to shape your response. With me, even difficult seasons become stepping stones. Without me, manageable challenges feel overwhelming. You are not being prepared for destruction. You are being prepared for elevation through endurance. Endurance built with me produces lasting strength. Guard your thoughts carefully. Under pressure, negative narratives can multiply quickly. Replace them with truth, grounded in my faithfulness. Truth stabilizes where fear destabilizes. I want you steady when others waver. I want you clear-minded when others grow confused. That steadiness is built through daily communion with me. Do not let temporary calm trick you into neglect again. Even if days feel peaceful, maintain closeness. Preparation is not only for crisis, it is a lifestyle. The moment will come when you recognize the shift fully. In that moment, you will either feel ready or regretful. Readiness is built now. I am with you in every breath. I am guiding conversations you have not yet had. I am positioning help you have not yet seen. My protection is active, even when invisible. What secret did the FBI hide about your brain and money? They discovered a phrase, just 9 words long, that flips a switch in your mind to attract wealth without effort. It's already changed the lives of thousands of people in just weeks. If you're seeing this, you're lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it's deleted forever. Stay near me. Do not skip the time that strengthens you. The event approaching is real, but so is my power. When you remain aligned with me, you will walk through what frightens others with unshaken confidence. When pressure builds slowly, it can deceive you into thinking nothing serious is forming. You adjust to small stress and normalize it. Then, when the larger shift arrives, you feel overwhelmed because you underestimated the build-up. I am warning you now so you do not misread what is happening. The scary event will not feel sudden to me because I see it forming already. You must understand that preparation is not dramatic. It is quiet discipline. It is choosing prayer when you feel distracted. It is choosing reflection when you feel rushed. These choices do not appear urgent, but they become your strength when urgency arrives. There is also something internal that must be addressed. You have carried hidden resentment and unspoken frustration. Under calm circumstances, you manage it. Under stress, it will surface more strongly. If you skip time with me, those emotions may spill out destructively. I am calling you to release what you have been holding tightly. Forgiveness strengthens you. Humility protects you. Pride makes you brittle under pressure. I want you flexible, not fragile. The event ahead may involve conflict that tests your composure. Someone may challenge your integrity or question your intentions. If your spirit is unguarded, you may react sharply. If you are grounded in me, you will respond with clarity and restraint. Your peace must not depend on whether others agree with you. It must depend on whether you are aligned with me. When you know you are walking with me, Criticism loses much of its power. Stability grows from confidence in my guidance, not from the approval of people around you. You have also underestimated how much fatigue can weaken your discernment. When your spirit is tired, you are more likely to misread situations. Skipping time with me only increases that fatigue. Daily connection restores your clarity. If you are choosing now to release distraction and rebuild discipline, comment mille disent, let that statement represent a renewed commitment within your heart. Commitment is not emotional excitement. It is consistent action. Even when your feelings rise and fall, the frightening event ahead may also reveal where your security truly rests. If you depend too heavily on finances, status, or relationships, the shaking may feel intense. But if your security is rooted in me, temporary instability will not break you. You will see people around you trying desperately to control everything. Control may feel safe when uncertainty increases, but control without wisdom only creates more chaos. When you remain connected to me, you will not need to grasp for control. You will act with calm and measured confidence. I want you to guard your attention carefully. Do not let constant noise fill your mind. Silence is not emptiness. It is space where clarity can grow. In silence, I strengthen you. In constant noise, your spirit becomes dull. There may be a moment when you feel tempted to pull away emotionally from others just to protect yourself. Isolation can feel safe when tension rises. But isolation without me only amplifies fear. Stay connected to me and remain wise in how you connect with others. You are not being punished by what is coming. You are being refined. Refinement feels uncomfortable because it removes what does not belong. But what remains afterward is stronger and purer. I also need you to watch the way you speak to yourself. Under stress, you may begin to question your ability. You may wonder whether you are truly equipped to handle what is unfolding. Those doubts become stronger when you are distant from me. When you stay close, my voice becomes louder than your insecurity. I remind you of your growth. I remind you of the victories you have already survived. I remind you that I have carried you before, and I will carry you again. Comment 1212 if you trust my guidance more than your own control. Let that trust settle deeply in your spirit. Trust is not passive waiting. It is active reliance. The coming season will require maturity in areas you have avoided. You will need patience where you once reacted quickly. You will need wisdom where you once followed impulse. I am preparing you now because I see your capacity for growth. There may be temporary discomfort in relationships. Misunderstandings may happen. If you stay close to me, you will move through those moments with grace. If you drift, small misunderstandings can grow into larger conflict. I am also strengthening your emotional endurance. Endurance allows you to stay steady when answers do not appear immediately. Impatience can lead to rushed decisions. Rushed decisions often create consequences that could have been avoided. The frightening event will not last forever. But at a certain point, its intensity may feel strong. Do not measure my faithfulness by how easy your circumstances feel. Measure it by my constant presence. You must not return to neglect once this warning feels less urgent. Spiritual discipline is not seasonal. It is daily. Consistency builds strength that sudden emotion cannot sustain. I am with you, even when you feel uncertain. I am guiding conversations that have not yet happened. I am positioning help you cannot yet see. My protection is active even before you ask. There will be a moment when you understand how important this preparation was. You will remember that I told you not to skip me. In that moment, you will feel either gratitude or regret. Choose gratitude now. I am not disappointed in you to shame you. I am disappointed because I know your potential. You were never meant to drift casually through serious seasons. You were designed for alertness and partnership. Guard your heart carefully. Under stress. Bitterness can take root quickly. Bitterness drains strength and clouds judgment. Forgiveness and humility keep your spirit clear. Stay attentive to small inner nudges. When something feels off, pause and seek me. Do not rush forward blindly. Small corrections now prevent larger corrections later. You are favored even in correction. My warnings are acts of love. I speak because I refuse to let you stumble unnecessarily. The event ahead will test your composure, but it will also reveal your growth. If you remain connected, you will surprise yourself with how steady you can be. You will handle what once would have overwhelmed you. A neuroscientist says yes. A 9-word script long buried in government files can activate a prehistoric brainwave that pulls money in faster. This breakthrough is already under legal pressure and could disappear any second. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. Remain consistent in prayer. Remain disciplined in reflection. Remain intentional in gratitude. These habits fortify you quietly. Do not skip me again. What is coming requires awareness, not casual faith. Walk closely with me, and you will see how even a frightening season can become a platform for strength. You have grown comfortable with partial devotion. You gave me pieces of your attention, but not your full focus. Partial devotion feels sufficient during calm seasons. It does not hold firm during disruption. When the scary event begins to unfold, divided focus will create divided strength. The pressure forming around you is not only external, internally. You have been wrestling with uncertainty about your future. You have tried to quiet that uncertainty by distracting yourself. Distraction does not remove uncertainty. It only delays confrontation. I want you strengthened before uncertainty becomes urgent. There may be a sudden development that demands quick adaptation. Plans you assumed were stable may require revision. When you are spiritually prepared, adaptation becomes manageable. When you are distant from me, sudden change feels threatening. I need you alert in spirit. Alertness does not mean anxiety. It means attentiveness. When you stay close to me, you sense subtle guidance before making important decisions. That sensitivity will protect you from unnecessary detours. If you are ready to stay spiritually alert and disciplined, Comment 760 d'accept. Let that declaration be intentional, not casual. Consistency begins with a conscious decision. I see your heart when you choose alignment. The coming event may involve an unexpected revelation. Something hidden may come into the light. If your spirit is unprepared, revelation can feel destabilizing. When you are grounded in me, revelation becomes clarity rather than chaos. You must guard against overconfidence. You have told yourself that you can handle anything. Confidence without humility leads to blind spots. Humility keeps your awareness sharp. I am calling you back to humility because it protects you. There will be moments when you feel misunderstood. You may think others do not recognize your effort or intention. Do not let that misunderstanding push you toward withdrawal. Remain steady and seek my guidance before responding. The scary event will require patience. Solutions may not appear instantly. If you are spiritually restless, waiting will frustrate you. When you remain close to me, patience grows naturally. I am strengthening your inner endurance. Endurance allows you to hold steady when progress feels slow. Without endurance, you may make impulsive decisions. Impulse often leads to regret. You must also be careful with comparison. Under pressure, you may look at others and assume they are unaffected. Comparison distorts perception. Everyone faces their own challenges. Focus on your alignment with me rather than measuring yourself against others. The event ahead may temporarily disrupt your routine. When routine changes, insecurity can rise. Routine gives a sense of control. When control feels reduced, fear tries to expand. Stay grounded in the truth that I remain unchanged. My presence is not shaken by disrupted plans. My guidance does not weaken under pressure. When you remember this, fear loses power. Comment 999 if you are choosing steadiness over panic. Let that phrase represent calm trust in my covering. Steadiness grows when you practice daily reliance. Panic grows when you neglect connection. You must also prepare your words carefully. Under stress, careless speech can damage relationships. Silence can be wiser than reaction. When you are aligned with me, restraint will guide you. There may be financial tension or professional uncertainty during this shift. Do not let fear dictate decisions. Seek my direction before acting. I see outcomes you cannot yet see. Your disappointment in yourself for drifting has been heavy at times. You have felt guilt for inconsistency. Do not let guilt push you further away. Let it push you back into my presence. The event approaching is not meant to destroy your calling. It is meant to refine your character. Character formed through trial becomes unshakable. Unshakable character opens doors you cannot yet imagine. You will also see growth in unexpected areas. Strength you did not know you possessed will surface. Calmness under pressure will surprise you. That calmness will be evidence of my work in you. Do not mistake correction for rejection. I correct because I care. I speak firmly because timing is important. I refuse to let you walk unprepared into serious moments. The fear attached to what is coming may try to overwhelm you before anything even happens. Anticipatory anxiety can be stronger than the event itself. Stay close to me, so your imagination does not exaggerate reality. I am with you when you wake and when you rest. I am guiding unseen details. I am arranging help. You cannot yet identify. My protection surrounds you even now. There will be a moment when you recognize that the shift has fully arrived. In that moment, you will feel the weight of responsibility and uncertainty. If you have stayed close, peace will rise alongside the weight. You must not return to skipping me once the intensity subsides. Spiritual consistency must outlast crisis. Let this season mark a permanent change in your discipline. Guard your thoughts carefully. Negative assumptions can grow quickly under pressure. Replace them with reminders of my faithfulness. I have carried you before. The event will not define your worth. It will reveal your growth. If you remain aligned with me, it will also strengthen your influence. You are chosen for stability in unstable times. That calling requires preparation. Preparation requires consistency. Remain attentive to subtle guidance. Small nudges may prevent large mistakes. Listen closely even in ordinary moments. I am your refuge before disruption begins. I am your clarity during confusion. I am your strength when fatigue tries to settle in. Do not skip me again. This warning is an act of love. What is ahead may feel intense, but my presence is stronger. You have noticed small signs already. Conversations have shifted tone. Responsibilities have felt heavier. There has been a faint tension in your spirit that you could not fully explain. That tension is not imagination, it is awareness. Could your brain be the reason you're still broke? Scientists just confirmed a 9-word sentence hidden deep in your subconscious may be blocking money from your life. But now you can reverse it. Say these 9 words, and wealth starts to follow you, starting today. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. When you skip time with me, that awareness becomes dull. You start dismissing spiritual nudges as overthinking. You begin trusting your surface judgment more than my guidance. That is when small missteps become larger complications. The scary event ahead will require discernment that goes beyond logic. It will demand spiritual clarity. Logic alone will not be enough to navigate it. If you are spiritually distant, you may misread motives, timing, or opportunity. I need you steady not only in crisis, but in anticipation. Anticipation is where many fail. They either become anxious too early or complacent too soon. Both extremes weaken strength. Balance comes from closeness with me. You have been tempted to return to comfortable patterns. You have thought that a few moments of prayer are enough. But I am asking for depth, not surface engagement. Depth builds resilience. If you are willing to go deeper instead of staying comfortable, comment 1111. Let that phrase mark your decision to seek depth over ease. I respond to hunger for growth. Hunger sharpens your spiritual senses. The event approaching may challenge your trust in someone you care about. You may see behavior that surprises you. If your spirit is unsettled, suspicion may grow quickly. If you are grounded in me, wisdom will guide your response. Do not allow fear to define what you see. Fear distorts perception. It magnifies flaws and minimizes hope. When you stay connected to me, perspective remains balanced. There may also be a test of patience in matters that involve waiting. Delays can feel threatening when you expect quick resolution. If you are distant from me, delay may trigger frustration. When you are close, delay becomes preparation. I am building strength in you quietly. You may not feel dramatic change, but growth is occurring. Growth often feels subtle until it is tested. When tested, it becomes visible. The scary event will reveal where you place your identity. If your identity is rooted in achievement or approval, disruption will shake you deeply. If your identity rests in my love, disruption will not steal your stability. You must guard your internal dialogue carefully. Under stress, negative narratives try to dominate. You may tell yourself that you are failing or that everything is collapsing. Those narratives gain power when you skip time with me. When you remain close, my voice interrupts destructive thinking. I remind you of truth. I steady your perspective. I protect your confidence. Comment 1515 if you are choosing to protect your peace by staying near me. Let that phrase represent your commitment to steadiness. Peace is not automatic. It is cultivated through connection. There will be a moment when a decision must be made quickly. That decision will carry weight. If you are spiritually distracted, you may rely solely on impulse. If you are aligned with me, my guidance will rise within you clearly. You must not underestimate how much your reaction will shape the outcome. The event itself may not be fully controllable. Your response is. Response built on closeness with me creates stability. I also want you prepared emotionally. There may be disappointment involved. Expectations you quietly held may shift. Disappointment can harden the heart if not handled carefully. Bring disappointment to me rather than burying it. Unprocessed emotion becomes bitterness. Bitterness weakens judgment. You are not being warned because destruction is inevitable. You are being warned because preparation changes experience. With me, the event becomes growth. Without me, it feels overwhelming. The tension forming around you will test your endurance. You may feel stretched thin at times, Fatigue may whisper that you should withdraw or give up. That is when skipping me becomes most tempting. Do not withdraw from the very source of strength you need. Lean closer instead. My presence restores what stress drains. You must also guard your speech under pressure. Words spoken in frustration can create long-lasting consequences. Silence, guided by wisdom, often prevents damage. The event ahead may reveal new responsibility placed on your shoulders. Responsibility can feel heavy when unexpected. Snorts. But I will not allow responsibility to crush you if you remain aligned with me. You have survived difficult seasons before. Remember that. I carried you through situations you once thought impossible. That same faithfulness remains. Do not allow complacency to creep back in, even if the day feels calm. Remain disciplined. Strength built daily will sustain you suddenly. The disappointment I felt drifted was rooted in concern. I saw the forming pressure while you focused on distraction. I called you back because timing mattered. Now you stand closer to the unfolding than ever. Your preparation now determines your peace later. There may be confusion around you when the shift becomes obvious. Others may react emotionally. You must remain grounded. I am your anchor when everything feels unstable. I am your clarity when voices grow loud. I am your protector when uncertainty spreads. Stay intentional. Seek me daily. Guard your thoughts and your words. When the scary event fully surfaces, you will recognize it. In that moment, your preparation will either steady you or your neglect will shake you. Choose steadiness. Choose closeness. Choose discipline. You are not alone in what is coming. I am already present in the days ahead. I have walked through them before you arrive. You may feel a mix of anticipation and unease. That combination is natural when change approaches. Anticipation means you sense movement. Unease means you know it carries weight. God is trying to talk to you. You are chosen to see this rare miracle. Don't tell anyone. It will happen in just 2 minutes. You will receive 750 million. So, listen to God now. Don't skip. I am speaking to you right now. And if you scroll away, you may walk past the very moment that changes everything about your life. This is not random. And it is not an accident that your eyes are on these words at this exact second. I am the one calling you. And I am telling you clearly that you are chosen to witness a rare miracle that has been prepared with your name on it. If you believe I am reaching you in this moment, write Amen in the comments as a sign that your heart is open. When I say that I am trying to talk to you, I mean that I have been sending signs, stirring your spirit, and creating small interruptions in your day to draw your attention back to me. I have watched you carry silent burdens, struggle with doubt, and wonder when your breakthrough would finally come. The statement that you are chosen is not a casual phrase, because it means I have set you apart to experience something others will not understand. The promise of receiving 750 million is not just about money, but about a divine shift that will overflow into every area of your life. You must understand why I say, do not tell anyone. I am protecting this blessing from doubt, jealousy, and voices that would try to weaken your faith before it manifests. Some miracles grow best in quiet soil, away from noise and disbelief. I am asking you to guard this moment because it is sacred between you and me. The urgency of 2 minutes is not about a clock alone, but about your readiness to receive without hesitation. I know you have been waiting for relief and for proof that I see your sacrifices. I know you have prayed in private and wiped tears that no one else saw. This rare miracle is my response to those hidden cries and faithful whispers. Within the next 2 minutes of your decision to trust me fully, a door will begin to open that no person can close. Do not skip away from this, because distraction has stolen many blessings before they reached you. The enemy loves when you treat my voice as background noise. Stay with me now, because this is the point where everything shifts. If this touches your spirit, take a moment to like this video as a simple act of agreement with what I am about to do in your life. The 750 million I speak of represents abundance that crushes the limits that once confined you. It represents debts cleared, fears dissolved, and opportunities multiplied beyond what you imagined. I am not limited by earthly systems, and I do not struggle when it is time to provide. When I release something into your life, it arrives with purpose, precision, and perfect timing. You are chosen to hear this because you have survived seasons that would have caused others to walk away. I have stretched your patience and refined your character through trials that often felt unfair. Those difficult days were not punishment, they were preparation. And now the preparation is meeting the promise, and the promise carries a weight that requires maturity, faith, and trust. The next 2 minutes are sacred because they reveal whether you are willing to believe before you see. Faith is not strengthened when everything is already visible. Faith is strengthened when you stand firm while the unseen is still being formed. I am asking you to silence every doubt that says, "This is impossible." I am the God who turns impossibility into testimony. Do not tell anyone yet, because not everyone can celebrate what they do not understand. Some people can only measure blessings through the limits of their own belief. I am protecting you from voices that could plant fear where faith needs to grow. Guard this word in your heart and allow it to mature in silence until it becomes a reality no one can deny. The number 750 million may seem overwhelming to you, but it is not difficult for me. I own the cattle on 1,000 hills, and every resource on the earth responds to my command. I can move hearts, shift systems, and align circumstances in ways no human strategy could ever predict. What looks rare to you is simple in my hands. This rare miracle is not luck. It is not coincidence. It is the result of my intentional decision to favor you in this season. You may feel ordinary, but I see the extraordinary endurance that has been growing inside you. That is why you are chosen to witness something that will make others wonder how it happened. Stay attentive, because the change may begin through something small, a notification, a phone call, an opportunity, or a sudden idea that opens everything. Do not dismiss what appears simple, because I often hide greatness inside small beginnings. The next 2 minutes represent a turning point in your awareness. If you trust my timing completely, to declare 10 inches, the comments, as your sign of faith. I am not offering you false hope. I am drawing you into alignment with a blessing that has been waiting for your agreement. Doubt delays what faith helps accelerate. When you choose to listen instead of skip, you step into the flow of my provision. You have felt overlooked and underestimated for too long. People have measured your ability only by what they could see on the surface. But I have been building strength inside you that they could never measure. This miracle will reveal that my hand has been on you all along. The urgency in my voice is love, not pressure. I am not rushing you from fear. I am calling you quickly because the moment is ripe. 2 minutes can separate loss from gain, hesitation from harvest. Choose to remain present with me right now. You must understand that 750 million is not just a number meant to impress you. It is a sign of scale, a symbol of how completely I intend to change your situation. I am not interested in giving you only enough to survive. I am releasing more than enough so that survival becomes stability, and stability becomes impact. This level of blessing will not only lift you, it will position you to lift others in ways you once only dreamed about. A neuroscientist says yes. A 9-word script, long buried in government files, can activate a prehistoric brainwave that pulls money in faster. This breakthrough is already under legal pressure and could disappear at any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it is deleted forever. The reason I told you not to tell anyone is because this season requires focus and protection. There are people who love you, but still carry doubt that could weaken your expectation. There are others who may celebrate too early and create noise around what needs quiet growth. Guard what I am building in you until it is strong enough to stand openly without being shaken. I know how many times you hoped for something big and felt disappointed when it did not come. I saw the pain when doors closed and the frustration when opportunities slipped away. I allowed some of those moments because they were shaping your character and teaching you patience. Now you are standing at a threshold where those lessons become the foundation for something far greater. When I speak about 2 minutes, I am also speaking about readiness. 2 minutes is the space between doubt and decision. It is the short distance between fear and faith. In that narrow window, you either open your hands or close them. I am inviting you to open your hands and allow me to place something extraordinary within them. This rare miracle is not disconnected from your past struggles. It is directly connected to them. Every tear, every silent prayer, every act of obedience when you felt unseen has been recorded. Nothing was wasted. I am the God who multiplies what looks small and redeems what looks broken. You may wonder how something so large could appear so quickly. I move through channels you cannot see. I can stir the heart of a stranger to favor you. I can bring forgotten opportunities back to life. I can connect you with resources that were waiting for the exact version of you that you have become. The 750 million represents overflow. It represents the end of scraping by and the beginning of building freely. It represents freedom from constant financial pressure that has weighed on your mind, even when you tried to hide it. I am not blind to the stress you carry about bills, responsibilities, and expectations. But listen carefully, because this blessing is also a test of your heart. When abundance comes, it reveals what is inside you. If you receive with gratitude and humility, the flow continues. If you allow pride or fear to take over, you restrict what I intend to expand. I am preparing you not just to receive, but to steward what I give. That is why I spoke so directly at the beginning. I needed your full attention. Distraction is the thief of divine appointments. The world is loud and full of noise, but my voice is steady and clear when you choose to listen. Staying present with me is part of how you align yourself with what I am releasing. I want you to feel chosen, not by chance, but by design. There were many who could have heard this, but I guided you here intentionally. You have been asking for a sign that I am close. This is your confirmation that I am not distant and that I am actively working in your favor. Do not measure this promise by your current bank account or circumstances. Measure it by my ability. I created galaxies with a word. I sustain the earth without strain. I am not limited by numbers or economies. What seems impossible in your system is simple in mine. As you stand on the edge of this breakthrough, keep your heart steady. Anxiety will try to rush you, and doubt will try to slow you down. Balance comes from trust. Trust that I know the exact moment to release what I have prepared. You are not receiving this just for comfort. You are receiving it for purpose. I see the generosity in you that you have not yet fully expressed. I see the dreams of helping your family, supporting causes that matter, and living without constant fear of lack. This blessing will unlock those desires in ways that honor me. The rare miracle also includes inner change. Wealth without peace is not a gift. I am giving you both provision and stability. I am strengthening your mind so that sudden increase does not overwhelm you. I am anchoring your spirit so that abundance does not distract you from me. Remember why I told you not to tell anyone. Silence creates space for growth. When something is still forming, too many opinions can distort it. Protect this season like a seed that is just breaking through the soil. You may not see the full 750 million appear in a single visible moment. It may begin as a transaction, an agreement, a contract, or a strategic connection. Pay attention to details. What looks ordinary may carry extraordinary potential. I am also clearing obstacles that you do not even know existed. There were delays behind the scenes that I have been removing quietly. There were conversations about you that I redirected in your favor. There were risks that I prevented from harming your path. The next phase of your life will feel different. There will be a sense of stability where there was once tension. There will be clarity where there was confusion. That shift is part of the miracle as much as the financial increase itself. I am calling you to remain grateful even before everything is visible. Gratitude invites expansion. It signals that you recognize the source of your blessing. I am not asking for perfection, but for acknowledgement that I am the one guiding your steps. When you wake tomorrow, expect movement, expect alignment, expect small signs that confirm what I have spoken. Do not dismiss those signs as coincidence. They are threads in a larger design that is unfolding for you. The rare miracle is not meant to isolate you, even though you must guard it at first. In time, it will bless others through you. Your story will encourage those who feel forgotten. Your testimony will remind them that I still act in powerful ways. Could your brain be the reason you're still broke? Scientists just confirmed a 9-word sentence hidden deep in your subconscious may be blocking money from your life. But now, you can reverse it. Say these 9 words, and wealth starts to follow you, starting today. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. Stay anchored in me as this unfolds. Wealth can attract attention, and attention can create pressure. Keep your identity rooted in who you are in my eyes, not in what you receive. You are chosen because of your heart, not because of the amount attached to this promise. The promise of 750 million is not disconnected from your identity. I am not placing something massive into your hands without first shaping the person who will hold it. You have been refined through delay, disappointment, and quiet perseverance. Those seasons were not empty stretches of time, but preparation for the weight of what I am now releasing. I know that part of you still struggles to believe something this large can be meant for you. You have seen others rise and wondered when your turn would come. You have questioned whether you missed an opportunity or made a mistake that disqualified you. Hear me clearly now, because you were never disqualified from what I planned. When I told you not to tell anyone, it was also because this stage is about alignment, not applause. Applause can come later when the miracle is visible. Alignment must come now while it is still forming. I am aligning your thoughts, your habits, and your confidence with the level of blessing I am preparing to deliver. The next 2 minutes that I spoke about represent more than a countdown. They represent the shift in your internal posture. In 2 minutes of focused trust, you can silence years of doubt. In 2 minutes of surrender, you can open the door to a lifetime of overflow. This rare miracle carries layers. The financial breakthrough is one layer, But beneath it lies restoration of confidence and dignity. You have felt small in rooms where others seemed powerful. You have held back your voice because you feared being overlooked or dismissed. I am lifting that weight from you. The 750 million signifies freedom from constant compromise. It signifies the ability to make decisions from strength rather than desperation. You will no longer have to accept less than what honors your value. That shift alone will transform how you walk, speak, and dream. Do not confuse this with luck or random favor. I do not operate randomly. I move with purpose and precision. When I elevate someone, it is because I see potential that has been faithfully cultivated in hidden places. You have endured moments when you felt abandoned. There were nights when silence seemed louder than any answer. During those times, I was not absent. I was building resilience within you so that sudden increase would not destabilize you. The reason I emphasize listening now is because distraction can still interfere. The world will try to pull your focus back to fear and routine. Stay attentive to the subtle guidance I provide. A phone call, an email, an unexpected conversation, or an idea that feels almost too simple, could be the doorway I use. I am also preparing your character for stewardship. Great provision requires wisdom. I am expanding your understanding so that when resources arrive, you handle them with clarity and balance. Wealth managed well becomes generational impact. The rare miracle will not only change your bank balance, it will change how others perceive what is possible through faith. Some who doubted will quietly reconsider. Some who dismissed you will notice the evidence of my hand on your life. Guard your heart carefully as this unfolds. When abundance appears, so can envy from unexpected places. Remain calm and grounded. Remember that what I give cannot be stolen by human opinion. The instruction not to tell anyone right now is an act of mercy. It shields you from premature celebration that could invite unnecessary pressure. There is a time to speak and a time to remain silent. This is the time to remain steady and focused. You might feel a mix of excitement and fear. That is natural when standing before something life-changing. Let excitement your expectation and let fear dissolve in trust. I am not placing you in a position to fail, but in a position to flourish. The 750 million also represents responsibility. It will expand your reach and your influence. I know the compassion in your heart and the desire to bless others. I am trusting you with resources because I know you will not hoard what was meant to flow. This miracle is rare, not because I lack power, but because few are prepared to receive it with the right spirit. You have been shaped through humility. You have learned the value of gratitude in small things. Those qualities are the foundation that allows great increase to remain stable. Pay attention to the subtle confirmations that begin appearing. You may notice doors opening that once seemed sealed. You may sense conversations shifting in your favor. These are not coincidences, but signals that alignment is happening. I am reminding you again that the speed of this breakthrough does not reduce its authenticity. Quick does not mean shallow. Sometimes the most profound changes happen in an instant after years of unseen preparation. Do not allow old patterns of self-doubt to rise up and question your worthiness. Worthiness is not earned by perfection, but by relationship with me. I have chosen you because I know your heart, and I know what you will do with what I give. The minute window continues in a spiritual sense. It represents urgency and faith. Do not postpone your agreement with what I am saying. When you agree quickly, you step into the rhythm of my timing. The 750 million may come through channels you did not expect. It could involve business, investment, inheritance, partnership, or innovation. Stay flexible and open. I am not limited to one path. Your obedience now strengthens the flow of what is coming. Obedience does not always look dramatic. Sometimes it simply means staying focused and resisting the urge to dismiss what I have spoken. This rare miracle is also proof that I see beyond your present circumstances. You may feel surrounded by limitation, but I see expansion. You may feel confined by current numbers, but I see multiplication. Why did 583 people suddenly become financially free last month? They all discovered a strange sentence, just 9 words long, buried in neuroscience research, and once hidden by the FBI. Now they're paying off debt, traveling the world, and living in homes they never thought they could afford. If you're seeing this, you're lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it's deleted forever. As you move forward from this moment, carry quiet confidence. You do not need to announce what I am doing. You only need to remain aligned with me. Confidence rooted in my promise will sustain you while the visible results unfold. I am not finished shaping in story of your life. This breakthrough is a chapter, not the conclusion. Greater responsibility and greater opportunity will follow. I will guide you step by step so that success does not separate you from me. Remember that I chose you to see this rare miracle for a reason. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are positioned at the edge of something that will confirm that I am faithful to what I speak. When I said you are chosen to see this rare miracle, I was not exaggerating. Many people desire sudden transformation, but few are positioned internally to handle it. I have been strengthening your mindset, teaching you endurance, and refining your motives so that when the 750 million manifests, it does not control you. Instead, you will control it with wisdom and restraint. You may still ask yourself why I would entrust something so vast to you. The answer is simple and deep at the same time. I see what others cannot see. I see the generosity you have shown quietly. I see the integrity you maintained when cutting corners would have been easier. The instruction not to tell anyone continues to protect you. There are moments when faith must mature in silence before it is displayed in public. What I am building with you is delicate at this stage, not because it is weak, but because it is sacred. Sacred things grow best away from careless words and unnecessary attention. The 750 million is not just provision for comfort. It is provision for assignment. I am placing resources in your life because there are doors you will open for others. There are burdens you will lift from your family. There are projects that will begin because you had the courage to believe when it sounded unbelievable. Do not shrink back now because the number feels overwhelming. You have prayed for breakthrough. You have asked me to enlarge your territory and remove limits. This is part of that answer. Even if it looks bigger than what you originally imagined, the minute urgency I spoke of still matters. It reflects the importance of immediate agreement. When I speak, hesitation can slow what faith would accelerate. Choose to align your thoughts quickly with my promise, rather than entertaining doubt. You have been conditioned by disappointment to expect delay. I understand that past experiences have trained you to brace yourself before celebrating, but I am not repeating old patterns. I am introducing a new season where acceleration replaces stagnation. This rare miracle also carries restoration. There were opportunities you lost that seemed final. There were relationships strained under financial pressure. I am restoring more than numbers. I am restoring stability and dignity. You may soon notice a shift in how people respond to you. Conversations will feel different. Doors that once seemed locked will open without resistance. Do not be surprised by the ease. Sometimes I remove obstacles so thoroughly that progress feels almost effortless. Guard your humility as you move forward. Wealth can amplify whatever is already inside a person. Let it amplify gratitude, compassion, and wisdom in you. I have shaped your heart carefully so that increase will not distort it. The reason this miracle is rare is because it arrives at a precise intersection of readiness and timing. I do not release abundance into chaos. I release it into prepared ground. You have become that ground through seasons of discipline and quiet growth. Do not underestimate the unseen arrangements happening around you. There are decisions being made in rooms you have never entered. There are shifts in plans that will benefit you directly. I am weaving details together so that when the outcome appears, it will seem almost unbelievable. The 750 million represents a breaking of ceilings. There were invisible limits placed over your life by circumstances and expectations. I am lifting those ceilings. You will no longer think in survival terms. You will begin to think in expansion and legacy. This breakthrough will also test your trust. When something arrives suddenly, the mind can struggle to accept it. Remain grounded in my presence. Anchor yourself in the understanding that what I give is intentional and sustainable. You may feel waves of anticipation. Let them energize you rather than intimidate you. Anticipation is often the final stage before manifestation. It signals that the spiritual reality is nearing physical expression. Continue to keep this between us for now. Silence will sharpen your sensitivity to my guidance. It will also prevent unnecessary interference from those who do not yet understand your path. In time, evidence will speak louder than any announcement you could make. The 750 million may come in phases or through a strategic channel that multiplies quickly. Do not fixate on one form. Stay open to how I choose to deliver it. Flexibility will allow you to recognize the miracle even if it does not look exactly as you pictured. I am also increasing your discernment. As resources flow, you will encounter opportunities that require wise decisions. I will guide you if you remain attentive. Listen for the calm assurance that accompanies my direction. This rare miracle is not isolated from your spiritual growth. It is connected to it. Prosperity without alignment can lead to confusion. Prosperity with alignment becomes influence, service, and impact. You are not turning into a completely different person overnight. You are stepping into the fullness of the person I have been shaping all along. The confidence you carry will not be arrogance. It will be a quiet certainty that I am with you. As you move closer to visible breakthrough, resist the urge to judge progress only by immediate signs. Trust that movement is taking place even when you cannot trace every detail. Faith often works beyond what your eyes are able to confirm. Remember that I chose you with intention. I saw your resilience. I saw your patience in moments when others would have walked away. That endurance is part of the reason you are ready for what I am preparing to place in your hands. Could a 9-word ritual truly become the key to financial freedom? What sounds impossible is now being confirmed by science. Harvard researchers and FBI documents point to a hidden center in the brain that, when activated, naturally attracts abundance. This 9-word prayer has already helped more than 19,000 struggling people draw wealth and begin living a life filled with freedom and abundance. But this secret will not stay online much longer. Click the link in the description and comments now to access it before it is permanently deleted. The minute principle is still echoing as urgency within your spirit. Do not delay your agreement with my promise. Every moment of trust strengthens the bridge between declaration and manifestation. The 750 million is a sign that scarcity does not define you. It never did. Scarcity was only a chapter, not your identity. Abundance aligned with purpose is becoming your new reality. As this begins to unfold, remain attentive to my voice above every other voice. I will help you move through sudden change with balance. I will steady you if excitement begins to feel overwhelming. The rare miracle I spoke over you is drawing nearer with every breath. Movements are happening that your physical senses cannot yet detect. I am aligning timing, resources, and people in ways only I can arrange. What appears sudden to you has been carefully prepared over time. The promise of 750 million continues to stretch your imagination because it goes beyond what you have handled before. That stretching is necessary. If your thinking remains small, you will resist the expansion I am bringing. I am enlarging your capacity so abundance will not overwhelm you, but flow through you. Do not mistake this expansion for pride. It is preparation. You are not being trained to boast. You are being trained to build. There are foundations you will establish, opportunities you will create, and security you will bring to those connected to your life. When I told you not to tell anyone, I was protecting your focus. Words spoken too early can create pressure that distracts you from trust. Let this promise mature quietly within you. Silence in this stage strengthens clarity. The too minute urgency still represents decisiveness. In a short moment of focused belief, the entire direction of your life can begin to shift. I am teaching you that breakthrough does not always arrive slowly. Sometimes it comes suddenly. After one decisive moment of agreement, you may still feel doubt, trying to rise again. That is natural when something extraordinary approaches. Do not fight doubt with fear. Replace it with remembrance of who I am and what I have already carried you through. The 750 million symbolizes stability beyond your current limits. It is freedom from constant calculation and compromise. You will make choices based on vision rather than survival. That internal shift will be as powerful as the financial increase itself. This rare miracle also includes restoration of lost confidence. Snorts. There were times when setbacks made you question your ability. I allowed those seasons to build resilience, not insecurity. Now, resilience will support success. I am adjusting your environment subtly. Conversations will begin to favor you. Insights will come at the right time. You may sense unusual momentum in areas that once felt stagnant. Do not rush ahead of my guidance. Acceleration does not mean recklessness. Stay attentive to each step. I will show you where to invest your energy and where to pause. The 750 million may arrive through a chain of events rather than a single dramatic moment. Recognize progress, even if it unfolds piece by piece. Multiplication can occur quickly once the first door opens. You are not receiving this promise because you demanded it. You are receiving it because I have observed your growth. I saw how you handled little with care. That faithfulness prepared you for much. Guard your inner peace carefully. Sudden expectation can create anxiety. Anchor yourself in calm trust. I am not placing you on unstable ground. This rare miracle is rare because it combines provision with purpose. Many desire wealth without direction. I am giving you both. You will know why you have what you have. The instruction to remain silent still applies. Let results speak later. Right now, cultivate focus and gratitude. Gratitude keeps your heart aligned with the source. As the 750 million draws nearer, your perspective on risk and opportunity will change. You will evaluate situations from strength instead of fear. That clarity will prevent mistakes that once seemed unavoidable. You may notice doors opening that once required constant effort. Ease will replace struggle in certain areas. Accept that ease. without suspicion. It is part of my favor operating on your behalf. The 2-minute principle remains active. It teaches you that hesitation can cost what readiness secures. Be swift in trust. When I nudge you, respond. This breakthrough is not about proving something to others. It is about fulfilling what I placed inside you long ago. There were dreams you buried because they seemed unrealistic. I am unearthing them. The 750 million will amplify your reach. It will give you the ability to influence outcomes that once felt beyond your control. Influence used wisely becomes impact that outlives you. Do not let excitement turn into distraction. Stay disciplined. Prosperity paired with discipline creates longevity. I'm not giving you a temporary surge, but a sustainable shift. This rare miracle is unfolding with precision. Every delay that once frustrated you is now proving useful. You are stepping into this moment at the right level of maturity. Keep your thoughts aligned with abundance rather than scarcity. Scarcity thinking can sabotage, overflow. Replace old internal narratives with confidence grounded in my promise. As progress becomes visible, humility will protect you. Remember the seasons when you relied on me for daily strength. Let that remembrance keep your heart soft. The 750 million represents opportunity to build structures that endure. Think long-term. Think legacy. I am expanding your view beyond immediate comfort. You are not alone in navigating this shift. I am guiding every detail. When uncertainty arises, return to stillness and listen. This rare miracle will not disappear because of temporary fear. What I have declared stands firm. Stay anchored. The minute urgency continues to whisper that now is the time to believe without reservation. The window of alignment is open. Step fully into it. The 750 million is closer than your doubts suggest. Evidence will soon confirm what I have spoken. Until then, remain steady. What do brain surgeons and billionaires know that you don't? This 9-word money code, once reserved for elites, is now being shared with everyday people. And the results are mind-boggling. Cash windfalls, clear debt, and lifelong stress gone. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. When I declared that you are chosen to see this rare miracle, I was announcing access. Not everyone will witness what you are about to witness. Not everyone will experience the scale of change connected to the 750 million I have promised. This is not favoritism without reason. It is alignment meeting readiness. You have been prepared in ways you did not notice. I allowed you to navigate limitation so you would understand the value of abundance. I allowed you to experience delay so you would appreciate acceleration. Now the acceleration is forming, and it will feel almost unreal when it becomes visible. The instruction not to tell anyone remains important because attention can distort focus. At this stage, you do not need validation from others. You need clarity within yourself. Silence is strengthening your ability to hear me more clearly. The 750 million represents expansion that breaks patterns of restriction. You have lived within certain ceilings for so long that you adjusted your expectations downward. I am lifting those ceilings. I am widening your horizon so you no longer think in terms of barely enough. This rare miracle will test how quickly you adapt to a new identity. You have seen yourself as someone striving. You will now see yourself as someone entrusted. That mental shift may feel uncomfortable at first, but it is necessary. The minute urgency I emphasized earlier is still a principle guiding you. It reminds you that decisive faith matters. When opportunity appears, respond without overthinking yourself into paralysis. The window of breakthrough favors those who move with trust. I am positioning you where influence and provision intersect. Snorts. The 750 million is not just accumulation, it is leverage. It gives you the ability to shape outcomes rather than react to them. You may begin to notice a quiet confidence emerging within you. That is not arrogance, it is alignment. Confidence rooted in my promise studies you, while the visible results catch up. Do not let old insecurities resurface as you approach something larger than your past. Insecurity belongs to seasons of uncertainty. You are entering a season of clarity. Stand upright in the knowledge that I chose you deliberately. The rare miracle unfolding will not arrive randomly. It will connect through channels that make sense in hindsight. When you look back, you will see how each step led to the next with precision. Continue to guard your heart carefully. When abundance approaches, comparison can attempt to creep in. Do not compare your journey with anyone else. This promise is tailored to you. The 750 million may appear through innovation, partnership, or opportunity that multiplies quickly. Remain observant. Stay flexible. I am not limited to conventional routes. You will sense momentum building. Situations that once stalled will begin to move. Conversations that once ended abruptly will continue with new interest. These are signs of alignment. The instruction to remain silent protects you from premature celebration. Celebration will come. For now, focus on readiness. Readiness preserves what celebration reveals. I am also increasing your discernment. Not every opportunity connected to wealth will be wise. Listen carefully. The same voice that promised will also guide. The rare miracle includes internal stability. Sudden increase without inner grounding can create imbalance. I am strengthening your peace so that success does not unsettle you. You are stepping into responsibility that matches the magnitude of 750 million. Responsibility is not a burden when supported by wisdom. I am providing that wisdom alongside the provision. The 2-minute principle teaches you that faith is active, not passive. Stay engaged. Stay attentive. Do not drift into distraction as the breakthrough nears. You may feel anticipation building, like pressure before rain. That pressure is not meant to overwhelm you. It signals that release is close. The 750 million represents freedom from constant calculation. It removes the strain of survival thinking. It opens space for creativity and long-term vision. I am reminding you again that you are chosen. That identity anchors everything else. Without that foundation, abundance could confuse you. With that foundation, abundance becomes purpose. Do not allow fear of change to slow you. Change is the vehicle of growth. I am not destabilizing your life. I am upgrading it. The rare miracle will alter how you see possibility. Limits that once felt permanent will dissolve. You will begin to think beyond immediate needs and into lasting impact. Stay attentive to small confirmations. They may appear subtle at first. A shift in tone, a new contact, an unexpected idea. These are threads in a larger design. The instruction not to tell anyone continues to shield your focus. Words spoken too early can create unnecessary resistance. Let the results speak when the time is right. The 750 million is closer than it was when you first heard me speak. Movement has already begun. Align your thoughts with that reality rather than with doubt. You may experience moments where disbelief tries to reassert control. Replace disbelief with remembrance. Remember the obstacles you already overcame. Remember how I sustained you in seasons that seemed impossible. This rare miracle is not temporary excitement. It is structural change. It rearranges your options, your confidence, and your influence. As visibility increases, humility will protect you. Gratitude will stabilize you. Stay rooted in both. The 2, minute urgency remains an internal reminder to act promptly when directed. When the opportunity surfaces clearly, move without unnecessary delay. The 750 million will not erase your past. It will redefine your future. You will carry lessons from scarcity into abundance, and those lessons will keep you balanced. You are not stepping into chaos. You are stepping into prepared ground. I have arranged this with precision. Keep your focus steady. The miracle is rare, but it is not fragile. It is supported by my authority. When I said you are chosen to see this rare miracle, I meant that your awareness is part of the process. I did not want this to arrive without preparation. I wanted your heart steady and your mind aligned before the 750 million begins to take visible shape. Preparation prevents panic when increase comes quickly. Why is the government desperate to hide this 9-word prayer? A shocking FBI leak has just revealed a simple 9-word prayer, now letting everyday people erase debt and attract unstoppable wealth. Verified by leading scientists and supported by Harvard research, this at-home ritual is turning financial stress into a life of luxury. Dream homes, new cars, luxurious vacations. It's all within reach, but the government could take down this secret any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. You have lived long enough under pressure that abundance may feel unfamiliar. That is why I have been strengthening your inner stability. Wealth without peace creates new burdens. I am ensuring that when provision arrives, it rests on a calm foundation. The instruction not to tell anyone is still guarding you. At this stage, outside voices are unnecessary. You do not need others to confirm what I have already declared. Their questions could introduce hesitation where there should be clarity. The 750 million represents expansion in every direction. It means freedom to invest, to build, to create, and to secure. It removes the ceiling that once limited your imagination. You will begin to think in terms of impact rather than survival. This rare miracle is unfolding with timing that cannot be improved by anxiety. Anxiety does not accelerate what faith already set in motion. Release the need to control the details. Trust that I am aligning them precisely. The 2, minute urgency continues to echo as readiness. Be mentally prepared for swift change. When momentum increases, do not resist it out of fear. Move with it confidently. You may feel a mixture of excitement and disbelief. That tension is natural when stepping into unfamiliar territory. Allow excitement to strengthen your expectation, and let disbelief dissolve through remembrance of my faithfulness. I am not just increasing your resources, I am increasing your reach. The 750 million will position you where your voice carries more weight. Use that influence with integrity. Do not underestimate the importance of character at this stage. Character sustains what opportunity initiates. I have been refining your patience and discernment for this reason. The rare miracle will confirm that your quiet perseverance was not wasted. There were seasons when you felt invisible. I saw every effort. I recorded every sacrifice. Continue to guard your thoughts carefully. Negative expectations can cloud clarity. Replace them with confident anticipation rooted in my promise. The 750 million may manifest through channels that surprise you. Remain open. I am not restricted to predictable paths. You will notice shifts in how others respond to you. Favor will become more evident. Doors will open with less resistance. Accept that without suspicion. The instruction to remain silent protects you from premature pressure. Let evidence emerge naturally. Silence at this stage builds strength. I am also aligning you with advisors and connections who will support wise decisions. You will not navigate this alone. I will place the right voices around you at the right time. This rare miracle includes restoration of hope. Hope that was once fragile will become firm. You will no longer brace yourself for disappointment as a default reaction. The 2-minute principle reminds you that decisive trust matters. When the moment to act becomes clear, step forward without unnecessary delay. The 750 million is not a symbol of excess for its own sake. It is a tool. It enables security, opportunity, and generosity. Tools in wise hands create lasting results. You are not becoming someone disconnected from your past. You are becoming the fuller version of who you were always meant to be. Growth does not erase identity. It expands it. Pay attention to subtle confirmations. A shift in conversation, an unexpected invitation, a sudden insight. These are indicators that alignment is active. The rare miracle will also challenge how you see yourself. If you continue to view yourself through old limitations, you may hesitate when expansion arrives. Update your self-perception to match my declaration. The instruction not to tell anyone remains important because some will project their fears onto your promise. Protect your focus until manifestation makes explanation unnecessary. The 750 million is closer than it appears. What feels distant is often only a step away when timing aligns. I am compressing distance. Do not allow impatience to create doubt. Impatience assumes delay. Faith assumes movement. You may soon feel a noticeable shift in your environment. Momentum may increase rapidly. Be ready to respond with clarity rather than confusion. This rare miracle is not fragile. It does not depend on flawless execution from you. It depends on my authority guiding you. The minute urgency continues to encourage you to stay alert. Opportunities can appear briefly before expanding. Recognition is key. The 750 million will redefine your boundaries. It will allow you to operate from strength instead of constraint. That freedom will influence every area of your life. Remain grounded in gratitude. Gratitude keeps your heart balanced when circumstances shift dramatically. It reminds you of the source. You are chosen, and that identity stabilizes everything else. Without that understanding, abundance could feel overwhelming. With it, abundance feels aligned. Do not shrink back now. The threshold is near. What I declared at the beginning was not dramatic language meant to excite you temporarily. It was truth preparing you for transition. When I told you that you are chosen to see this rare miracle, I was establishing position. You are not a bystander waiting for luck. You are a participant in a divine arrangement that has your name written into it. The 750 million is not wandering through chance hoping to land near you. It is being directed toward you with intention. You may still wake up and see the same walls, the same routine, the same responsibilities. Do not let familiarity deceive you. Transformation often begins beneath the surface before it becomes visible above it. The roots are deepening before the tree appears. The instruction not to tell anyone remains protective. At this stage, your energy must remain focused rather than scattered. Conversations with the wrong person could introduce hesitation where there should be expectation. Guard this promise like a flame sheltered from wind. The 750 million represents more than relief. It represents repositioning. You will no longer operate from the edge of limitation. You will operate from a center of strength. That shift in posture will change how you negotiate, how you plan, and how you dream. This rare miracle is not only financial, it is structural. It rearranges your options and expands your reach. It redefines what is realistic in your thinking. You will begin to see doors where you once saw walls. Is it possible to attract money by simply speaking some miraculous words? This 9-word script, verified by Harvard and 6 neuroscience labs, proves you absolutely can. People are using it from their couch and reporting unexpected bank deposits, cleared debts, and upgraded lives. It takes less than 30 seconds, but this secret won't stay online long. Click the description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. The 2 minute urgency I spoke of continues as a mindset. It teaches you to respond quickly when clarity appears. Opportunities do not always wait for prolonged analysis. When the signal becomes clear, step forward. You have been trained through past challenges to hesitate. Hesitation protected you in smaller seasons. In this season, decisive faith will serve you better. I am shifting your instincts from caution rooted in fear to caution rooted in wisdom. The 750 million will introduce you to environments you have not yet navigated. Do not be intimidated by unfamiliar settings. Your preparation has already begun internally. Confidence will rise as you step into new spaces. I am also adjusting your relationships. Some connections will strengthen. Others may quietly fade. This is not loss. It is alignment. As your capacity expands, your circle must support that expansion. The rare miracle unfolding will not disrupt your identity. It will clarify it. You are not defined by scarcity, and you were never meant to remain limited. Abundance, aligned with purpose, is part of your design. Continue to keep this between us. Silence sharpens discernment. In quiet, you will hear subtle guidance that noise would drown out. The 750 million may first appear as a strategic breakthrough rather than one single deposit. Watch for ideas that begin to multiply. Watch for doors opening sooner than you expected. Multiplication often begins with one bold and decisive step. You may notice fear trying to rise again as things begin to move faster. Fear often shows up when change feels near. Answer that fear by remembering how far I have already carried you. You survived seasons that once looked impossible. This rare miracle will also reveal strengths inside you that were hidden until now. Leadership qualities you did not fully recognize will begin to come forward. Your decisions will become clearer. Your vision will become sharper. The 2 minute principle remains a reminder that faith must be active. Stay awake. Stay ready. Do not fall back into routine thinking while breakthrough is approaching. The 750 million is not coming to weigh you down. It is coming to empower you. That empowerment will allow you to help others without emptying yourself. You will begin to sense a new level of clarity in your thoughts. Confusion that once stayed around you will begin to fade. Clarity is part of preparation. Do not underestimate the power of gratitude in this process. Gratitude keeps your heart connected to the source of the blessing. It stops pride from taking root. This rare miracle will change the way you define possibility. Limits that once felt permanent will begin to disappear. Your expectations will rise until they match the new reality I am bringing you into. As alignment continues, quiet confirmations will increase. You may hear news that benefits you indirectly. You may notice timing lining up in ways that feel too precise to ignore. These are signs that movement is happening. The instruction not to tell anyone is still protecting you from unnecessary opinions. When manifestation becomes undeniable, you will not need to explain yourself. The 750 million is closer now than when you first heard me speak. The distance is shrinking. What once felt abstract is moving towards something tangible. You may feel moments of impatience. Impatience is often a sign that expectation is alive. Let it push you into preparation instead of doubt. This rare miracle is being established on firm ground. It is not built on fragile emotion. It is built on authority, timing, and alignment. The two, minute urgency continues to whisper readiness. Be mentally prepared to act when opportunity becomes clear. Do not delay because of overthinking. The 750 million will redefine your ability to influence outcomes. Influence guided by wisdom becomes legacy. Think beyond immediate comfort. Remain humble as anticipation grows. Humility protects long-term stability. It keeps your perspective balanced when your circumstances begin to expand. You are chosen. That identity anchors every detail of this promise. Without that foundation, abundance could feel overwhelming. With it, abundance feels aligned. Do not step back now. You are standing at the edge of visible transition. What I spoke at the beginning is not losing power. It is gaining momentum. When I said you were chosen to see this rare miracle, I was separating you from the noise of the ordinary. I was drawing a line between what has been and what is about to unfold. The 750 million is not drifting toward you uncertainly. It is advancing under direction. Guided by timing that I control, you may still be surrounded by familiar routines. But beneath that familiarity, movement is already taking place. Decisions are being influenced. Doors are being positioned. Circumstances are shifting in ways that will soon intersect with your life. The instruction not to tell anyone continues to protect this unfolding. There is power in quiet expectation. Not every seed grows well when exposed too early. Silence is preserving the clarity of what I am building. The 750 million represents more than wealth. It represents release from mental pressure that has followed you for years. It removes the constant calculation of what you can afford and replaces it with strategic choice. That freedom in your mind will change how you carry yourself. This rare miracle is also a mirror. It will reveal who you have become through endurance. You once doubted your capacity. Now you are stepping into something that requires confidence and steadiness. The two, minute urgency that echoed at the beginning still carries meaning. It is about readiness. When alignment meets opportunity, delay can cost momentum. Stay alert so you recognize the moment clearly. You may notice your thinking expanding, ideas that that is part of the preparation. I am widening your inner vision before widening your outer resources. The 750 million will not appear simply to impress you. It will empower you to operate without fear. Fear of shortage, fear of collapse, and fear of being unable to provide will begin to dissolve. I am also shaping your discernment. Not every invitation connected to wealth will align with purpose. Listen carefully. I will guide you toward what multiplies and away from what distracts. This rare miracle is unfolding with precision. Every past delay has contributed to this exact positioning. If it had arrived earlier, you would not have been ready in the same way. Continue to guard this promise quietly. When the results speak for themselves, there will be no need to defend or explain. Until then, protect your focus. What if everything you were taught about money was not the full truth? A hidden 9-word prayer buried inside a classified FBI report is now helping thousands attract wealth without lifting a finger. Scientists say it activates a 150 million-year-old part of the brain that controls abundance. Harvard-backed, lab-tested, and life-changing, but the government could remove this secret at any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it is deleted forever. The 750 million may arrive through channels that stretch your imagination. Do not limit it to one expectation. Stay flexible. I am not bound to predictable systems. You may feel anticipation rising more often now. Anticipation is often the final stage before manifestation becomes visible. Let it strengthen your steadiness instead of disturbing it.